This segment brought to you by Kansas Grain Sorghum, growers working together. Find out more at ksgrainsorghum.org. We're back again. Did you ever see the movie Invasion of the Giant Grasshoppers?
No, and I would be afraid to see that now because I fear it's happening in my yard. You walk outside and it sounds like hail.
Oh my.
Oh my gosh, they're eating the lilac bushes again. Jake said maybe they won't come back this year. He lied to me, Frank. He lied to me because they are back in full force.
Yeah. Well, I had a caller at the radio station. You know, we take requests. And she lives in New York now. And they called and said, I used to live in Kansas. Said there were a lot of grasshoppers. And I'm, okay, that's what you remember about our fine state.
She may have had a year like we are having now or like they had in 1874. Let's take a look.
In July 1874, the skies darkened and the hordes descended, devastating everything in their path. They sounded like a violent summer storm. They ate crops, but they also ate the tools used to raise them. They ate the wool off of sheep's backs and the clothes off of humans. People literally waded through the creatures inches deep on the ground. Locomotives could not get traction because the insects made the rails too slippery. They stayed for a couple of days to a week, just long enough to devour everything. Then they rose on the wind, just as they had come. Those who suffered most were the newly arrived settlers in the western areas of the state. They needed grain for next year's crops and to feed their work animals. They also needed provisions and clothing to make it through the coming winter. Governor Thomas Osborne called a special session of the legislature, which convened on September 15, 1874, hoping to find a way to help Kansans survive the calamity and relieve the destruction. The legislature approved $73,000 in bonds to provide aid. The plea for help went out across America. The rest of the nation responded to pleas for aid by sending money and supplies, which were often hauled free of charge by the railroads. Soon aid for the destitute Kansans began to arrive. Railroads provided free transportation of the barrels, boxes, and bales of supplies, such as beans, pork, and rice. America's farmers even donated rail cars full of barley and corn to assist Kansans with next year's planting. Buffalo Bill Cody earned his legendary title in Oakley. Bring the family and come celebrate Oakley's pioneering history and unique geography at two sites, the Buffalo Bill Cultural Center and the Fick Fossil Museum. Cody's statue marks his achievements and welcomes visitors to the Cultural Center. The Fick Fossil Museum houses world-class fossils and artifacts. You'll find Oakley at the hub of U.S. Highways 83 and 40 and I-70. Stop for the legend. Stay for the day. Discover Oakley.